Hit go live. Oh, there we go.
Okay, we're live. Welcome everybody to Comedy and Crumpets. Welcome back. I'm Dylan Mandelson. This to my right is Pat Schroer.
Directions are tough, man.
It's just weird because I don't know what's looking right at me here, right? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm coming to you all the way from Toronto, Canada. Pat Schroer is coming to you all the way from the hills of Colorado.
The mountains.
The mountains. Those two. There's bigger hills. And
Comedy and Crumpets. We're doing it.
We're doing it, man. And for those of you that are just joining us for the very first time, we're just here to have some fun. We're going to do some catch up, talk about some trending issues, and then with some fun facts. And if you guys have anything you want to add while we're going along, we'd love to hear from you. And this is all good stuff, man. I've actually had a busy week, as you can tell. If any of you joined last week, I looked like a bit of a nomad, and this week I have trimmed everything.
Yeah, look at you. Your back hair.
Yeah,
you got terrible back hair, don't you?
In that it's splotchy. Ladies.
Fantastic.
Yes. It's been crazy, man. It's been crazy. I don't know how your week has been. Has it been?
It's been great. I tell you, it just took an uptick. Now we got one of our favorite fans. There was. Happy Thursday. So excited for the show. Definitely use the laughs. Any first time watchers, go ahead and make some comments. Not stupid ones. It's been a great week. I can't believe we're back here already for another episode of Comedy and Crumpets. Man, I tell you what, buddy, it's been wild. We've been doing a lot of virtual shows, and it still perplexes me. People still are not able to figure out how to use mute and unmute.
Yeah, it's just tough goings. It's tough goings, man. It's not easy performing for some of these boomers. You know, I mean, I'm guilty of it too. Just like I'm always on. This is what a lot of people see when I'm about to get on. Okay, hang on.
It's exactly. And then they see your folks walking around in the background.
Oh, I got my dad walking in the back, just grabbing an OJ from the fridge.
It's been a good week, man. Virtual shows, did some hiking, some swimming. It's a new Pat out here. I'm in Colorado, man, and I was looking through some photos last night of Pat of old. I used to be fat, man. I was a fat guy for a long time because I had that corporate job. I had the corporate card. I was eating, drinking whatever I wanted, no regard for myself or others. And I got fat. Life's different as a fatso.
It's so weird that you would say that you're a thin guy now during quarantine. Everyone in COVID is like, man, I used to be thin.
COVID's the best thing to ever happen to me, man.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. It's because we're in our second wave of it now, pretty much. I mean, Canada, we're in our second wave, or what, America just calls wave, but we're not doing, our numbers are going up. But it's weird because, one of the things that COVID I've realized has taken away from me is excuses. I thought that with more time, I was going to be some superhuman person, and I'm not. I realize I'm not. I'm where's my empire now? You know what I mean? Where are the soldiers that were going to bow down to me? I'll tell you where they are. They're at the gym where I should have been this entire time, but I'm not.
No,
not even doing
a fraidy cat.
I'm a fraidy cat, man.
Yeah,
fraidy cat. But you know what? I did do something recently, as of yesterday, for the very first time ever. I took a gummy.
Oh,
I did. I plunged. I've been very curious about it for a very long time now. I have all kinds of friends that are involved in gummy taking and all kinds of stuff. Hey, Trey.
Yeah. Okay, keep going. I just want to say hi.
Hey, buddy. I did. I took a gummy for the very first time, and I'll tell you, it just made me feel heavy. I didn't feel like, oh man, this is a new level of good, man. Yeah. I just felt kind of like, I know I shouldn't be. It was weird. Like I felt like I couldn't operate heavy machinery, but I also felt like I couldn't trust my judgment. So I'm like, I'm gonna operate heavy machinery.
Not something you want to be admitting on a public forum.
Oh, sorry. Well,
how much did you take? What was the milligram?
Just a farmer's tractor.
What was the milligram?
It was. It started off at 20, but I didn't take the 20. I didn't take the whole 20.
I was going to say, oh, buddy.
I cut it in a quarter.
Okay. Here's the problem. Always a bad idea. You never cut it. You got to just go for the pieces that are small. Go for the ones that are set 5, set 10. The cutting is going to be off, and you don't know what you're going to really getting. Distribution, because that 20 is in that square. You don't know if it's all in this part of the square or if it's in this part. So you could cut off a piece and you could get all 20 in your little piece, and you're thinking, I'm just having 4. Yeah. I know because my friend gave me 100 milligram piece, and I go, I can handle about 25. I'm gonna cut this into 4s.
You know what, man? I'll tell you, I was kind of scared doing it too. Like I was eating it like a squirrel. Like, like it wasn't like I should have just like popped it right in my mouth. I was like, okay, yeah. We're getting high.
Down the hatch and go, buddy.
Yeah. It was very weird, but I did watch the greatest movie I could have watched on it, and that was Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, fantastic!
I honestly, like, I don't know if I was like that movie's so funny and it holds up today that I don't know if I was laughing on it higher just because that movie is just fantastic.
Yeah,
you know, it's just the
Lisa Etheridge says, "Cut it right, bro."
Cut it right, bro. Oh, thanks, Lisa Etheridge. Did you want to promote your weed company now, Lisa? Thanks. Appreciate you chiming in there. That's great. Yeah, cut it right, bro.
I love my favorite is you've had these extra gloves this whole time. Yeah. We're in the Rockies. And he's strangling him. And he goes,
Harry, your hands are freezing. Oh my God, there's so many lines out of that movie, man.
Blair Woods, you've never seen that movie. Come on.
Yeah, you got to watch that movie. I've never really used cannabis since the late 70s. WTF is this talk of gummies? Oh, well, Ray, they're putting the marijuana inside the gummies now.
It's a gummy candy.
Quite marvel.
With THC, Ray.
That's right. That's right. You can actually get high off of jujubes or gummy.
So you watched Dumb and Dumber.
I watched Dumb and Dumber, man, and I giggled till the very end. You'll have to excuse my friend. He's a little slow. The town is back that way. For those of you that, you got to see the movie.
One day we'll get our chance.
Yeah.
So did you giggle a lot?
I did, but that movie is so funny. I don't know if it was the gummy or if it was the movie. I should have watched a Schindler's List. Because if I giggled
bad
through
idea.
that.
Horrible idea. Horrible. First of all, you went into the situation expecting. Last time we talked about this, you go in expecting something. You're like, I shouldn't expect something. But by setting that marker, you're automatically expecting something. So it's going to create this thing. So give it a go, but don't cut up the pieces, man. Get the designated pieces.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to finish the story. My buddy gave me a 100 milligram piece. I was flying from San Francisco to Chicago.
100 milliliters.
And I was like, yeah, this is sweet. Because I love taking edibles, right, for airplane rides. So happy to sit in a chair and watch TV or look out the window for a long period of time. I cut this 100 milligram piece into 4 squares, okay, and I take just 1 square, and I pop it right before the car picks me up. Get to the airport, get through security, feeling good, get a little bit of the munchies, load up on plenty of snacks. Right? If you want to know who's high at the airport, look who's got the Hudson News bag filled with candy. That's the market.
Yeah,
right there.
because there's $100 worth of money in that bag if you're buying from Hudson.
So I sit at my gate. I'm feeling great, and then I hear the worst thing I could have heard. Ladies and gentlemen, your flight to Chicago is being delayed at least an hour. And I was like, no. And it starts to hit me. And all of a sudden, I was so high. I remember I thought to myself, I'm holding too still right now. That people are going to know how high I am because I'm holding so still. And I just started doing this every once in a while. And just because I thought I was holding way too still. Ladies and gentlemen, your flight is now boarding. And I thought, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on this plane. I might have to go back to my buddy's house because I am so high right now. I go, just get to the ticket, lady, Pat. Get to the ticket, lady. Give her the ticket. I get her the ticket. I say, don't say anything because it's going to come out.
Yeah.
I get on the moving jetway, the jetway that is not moving, but in my mind, it's moving like a 7.8 Richter scale. I'm holding on to the railings, going down, just holding people up. I get in. I'm in row 6. Not a far walk. Felt like 25 minutes. I'm holding on to the overhead baggage compartment. I've got the window seat. Of course, there's a child in the middle seat and a dad in the aisle seat. I lumber in, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm so high I need to tell the flight attendant that I should not be flying. Yeah. That was one
kidding.
Word. The other one says, do not do that, Pat. Do not do that. Stick it out. I stuck it out. I fell asleep. I woke up while we were flying. I looked out the window and thought, I am so high right now. And it hit me that I was using that word in both senses. 25 minutes of uncontrollable laughter. Dad put his arm around his kid and shoveled him up because I was laughing so hard.
Oh, my God.
Don't cut the pieces. That was a very long-winded story. Next topic.
Next topic. Well, that was the thing, though, right? Like, that was, here we go. Lorraine Chambers. First time I smelled weed was at George Harrison's concert at Long Beach Arena. Oh, she's from LA. In 1974-ish. I was in high school. I asked my older brother, what was that lovely smell? And his reply was, don't tell mom. Oh, the times we've had. Yeah, it was because I felt heavy. I just felt like I probably can't move right now. But you were high, but high. Yes.
Well, actually, Lisa, it's high and high.
Yes, high and high.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes. Well, we'll turn this into an editing room. Don't worry about that, everybody. You write in your jokes. We'll polish them up for you.
Our 16 fans, please keep the comments coming. Don't be distracted by my pessimistic view on life.
Yes. Well, did you hear? I don't know if you heard this. Speaking of high, but Russia has claimed Venus to be a Russian planet.
Cool.
Can you believe that? Because they've discovered that what was it, like some sort of phosphorus element? They're like, yes, no, his planet is now ours. We own it.
Can't really contend it.
But you can't do that, Russia. You can't just own a planet because you find it. Like, yes, it's ours. It's done deal. You want to buy land? I give you a good deal. Black market. I mean, that's not really fair. But I don't feel like fighting them though.
It's not a fair world, my friend.
No, it isn't.
Hey, real quick here. Besides Ray Turner, who did your haircut, Dylan?
Oh, so who did my haircut? I went to a pro. I needed a pro. It was either that or I just needed to stick my head into a lawnmower and hope for the best. I mean, this was some serious hair that I had. If you guys don't remember last week, I was like, boom, right out to here. So I needed to get that cleaned up, and it was good. It was COVID friendly. I wore a mask. The barber wore a mask and went to town. It took an hour and a half. I'm not really sure why it took that long, but it was an hour and a half. Fabulous accent. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Go out.
Yes.
Hey, let's not forget about the bet you put down on last Thursday Night Football, the under. I checked the score.
You were very right about that, man. You were very right about that. For those of you that don't know, I do like to gamble, and Pat here, he's a bit of a gambler himself.
Oh yeah.
And Pat knows his stuff. I'm gonna be picking your brain a little later on about that. I don't want to bore too many people with the bet jargon, because betting has its own jargon. Yeah. Here's the thing that I wanted to ask you about. Is this a real thing? E-transfer etiquette. I accepted an e-transfer. Like, I got an e-transfer and I accepted it right away. And I couldn't help but wonder if someone on the other side was going, "Gee, that was quick." Jesus.
What's that? I don't know.
Friggin' an e-transfer when when someone sends you money.
Oh, an electronic payment.
An electronic payment. I guess, what is that? A Canadian thing? E-transfer? Have you guys heard of e-transferring before? E-transferring. No. Right?
Okay.
So someone e-transfers you, and I just felt like I could be criticized so easily by accepting the transfer too quickly. You know what I mean? Some guy on the line going, "Oh, what a Jew that guy is." You know what I mean?
All right, sure.
Yes,
I think
I can make that joke because I'm Jewish, everybody. So
you sure are.
Let me send a letter to Mr. Comedy and Crumpets, who's the CEO of this establishment.
Yeah, maybe I could send him an e-transfer.
Oh,
Oh,
there you go. There you go.
Stupid joke, Pat.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't know if it was like too quick. You know what I mean? Oh, that was awfully quick. I'm like, what is this? Sex? Give me my money. Anyway,
Anyway, how's your golf coming?
my golf is good. I'm going to be playing tomorrow, actually, for the second time ever. And I discovered, for those of you that are golfers out there, I was shooting I was shooting left. Now I'm shooting right. Yeah, can you believe that? Oh, look at that huge anus. As long as you keep clear of bitcoins. Oh yeah, for the gambling stuff. I got you.
You get it every time with the clever names. I know you've
Yeah,
used it before,
huge anus.
and it still works.
Yeah, buddy. Wow, that is some clever stuff. That is some. What is this? I got married in Vegas. Neither of us gamble. I think Vegas lost money on us that weekend. Right, son.
Hey, whatever
That'll
you
show
tell
them in
yourself.
Las Vegas. They'll know better whether to invite me again to Caesars. Yes, indeed.
Oh, listen, Etheridge,
Yeah.
you're such a wonderful fan today's episode for
Yes.
today's. Boy, you
Oy
really
vey,
love the
indeed.
hard eyes, the shocker, I guess, and the old ha ha. I like putting sounds to these emojis.
Yes, I like putting the accents to them.
Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear this? Did you hear that Keeping Up with the Kardashians is ending? Did you hear that?
Oh man, I think the world is over. That's the ticket. Keeping up with the Kardashians up. I don't have a reason to live.
I'll tell you, I'm concerned about this, the global decision this is going to have. Do you know what I mean? I am. Like, I mean, how are women going to get the perfect advice on how to look perfect, what to wear, where to shop, how to spend your millions, cry about diamonds, thrown into the ocean? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. It's who will lead by example that you can be famous without having any talent whatsoever.
Well, look at us.
Yeah, we're not famous though.
We're not famous.
Only Lisa knows who we are.
Lisa, you're amazing too. We love the newbies.
Yeah, I'm a newbie. Hello, Lisa. Very good then. I did not. That's great news. Yeah, I know. Yes, it is. It is happy. And I'm like, what will happen to the way of the butt lift, the boob job, the lip enhancement, the nose job? I mean, they've empowered women to be phenomenally insecure, and I'm worried.
Well, keep going with this one because it's going nowhere fast.
Is it going nowhere fast?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what. Why don't we just, in case you want to watch something stupid, we'll just watch Keeping Up with the Trumps.
Lorraine Chambers, thank God that show is over. All right, Lorraine, nicely done.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's go to the next story.
What's that?
What's the next story?
The next story, I'll tell you this. I'm reading articles and everything. I read an entire article. Yes, I'm learning quite quickly how to read. I read an entire article this week on paragraphs on just how to properly use pine sol.
Oh.
Like, and it was, I couldn't believe that this was that extensive. I thought, well, if people are going to read this, then I might as well come up with a 5-book series on how to properly use a toilet.
You could do that.
Yes, thus giving a whole new meaning to Game of Thrones. Yeah, how many followers do we lose on that one? A lot, everyone? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Lisa wants to know what's your thoughts on our Boris?
Who's Boris?
Their prime minister.
Ah, Boris. So Lisa, you're from? Where's Russia? Boris Yeltsin? Boris, where are you from, Lisa?
Where are we doing the show? Where's this show, buddy?
Where's the show? London. Oh, Boris. Yes, of course, Boris.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is.
That's the crumpet part of our comedy. Very good.
You guys don't know nothing about the uke.
UK, what you all talking about? He's Boris. He's what's that, like Boris soup?
Who's Boris? Are you Russian?
No,
yeah. And that's Boris
No.
Yeltsin. That would be Vladimir Putin would be the leader. That's
yeah. Well,
Listen.
Pat's the brains of this operation. It just makes sense. But
we got some comments that will not be posted.
we got some comment. Fair enough.
Oh, hey, look at this. Where are you, Lorraine Chambers? Where are you two from? I got this link from LA Comedy. What is your page? Well, Lorraine, I am from Colorado. Dylan's from Toronto, and this is live streaming through the UK through Joke Pit, obviously. And well, that's my answer.
Yeah, that's basically in a nutshell. Canadian, American, talking to a lot of people in the UK.
Yeah, fantastic recipe for something.
Yeah, true story. Where do we go? Boho to me. Was that Bojo? Oh, sorry, I was reading it in Spanish. Yeah, Bojo to me.
Like a Spaniard.
Bojo to me. Very good. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué estás haciendo?
Bojo the murderer. Trump's Bojo. Mini me. But Tweedledee, Tweedledum, the cover of The Economist got that one good. So, well, good, great, grand, wonderful. Keep going.
I have no idea what was just said there between the two of you. Seriously, I'm in the dark on that one. It's worth watching weekly. It's a great way to end the day and get ready for Friday. What show am I a part of anymore? I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
You just started 3 minutes ago telling people how you've been reading articles and you can hardly keep up now. Come on.
I can't. What is happening?
I know. It's that haircut, man.
It is. I cut off all the spots.
You're like Samson.
Yeah, I wish I could.
You slow down. The hair and your reading skills go out the window. You look like a vagrant. You're like some kind of idiot savant, you know, like the Joe Best, like Goodwill Hunting. You know, you're going in, your hair's all smashed out, you got a trench going on, you haven't showered in months. As soon as that hair's off, what does that say? That another part. Another great Dumb and Dumber. What's that say?
Yeah. It's a tough one. Host an annual.
And tell her I've got. How about when he goes? Tell her I've got a rapist wit.
Yeah.
Jeez, huh? Yep. They yours? Yep.
He is ridiculously funny. Love that movie. So happy I watched that on a gummy.
Are you going to eat more edibles?
I mean, I'm gonna take a bit. I'm gonna take a bit of a break from it. You know, I don't think. You know,
one time hitting the couch watching Dumb and Dumber was too much.
I mean, you know, I want to ease into it a little bit more. Love you guys. Well, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, darling. We love you back, of course. You know, so if you accidentally taken another edible, yeah, I know, Ray. It's fair point. Yeah. What are you trying to say, man? I'll tell you this. Okay, here we go. Oh, Lorraine's coming in. I am FBI and CIA. Whoa, somebody went to school. Foreign-born Irish and Canadian Irish, American-born in Toronto. But we left to SoCal when I was 1. How did you two meet up? Yeah, Lorraine, this isn't like a dating site, really. It's not exactly.
Hey, it's a good question, man. The show,
okay, man. I'm sorry. I'm breaking balls.
It's a great story how we met.
It is a great story how we met. Pat runs, or used to run every night. He used to interview and chat with different comedians. He spotted me from my Dry Bar comedy special, and he reached out to me out of the blue saying, would you like to be on my show? And I agreed. And when I was interviewed by Pat, I really liked his energy. I loved his interview style. Then I came to this Comedy and Crumpets, and I thought this would be really cool if Pat and I did this together. So I called Pat. I said, would you like to do this with me? He said yes. And now here we are.
Yes! That's it. Oh, look at this.
The end. The new trend isn't edibles, but taking pills from your parents and putting them in a bowl and then taking a random one and seeing what happens. Huh.
What trend who's following that trend? I went to South Korea with my buddies in college, and we got into pharmaceuticals. And so we just went to this pharmacy, and we were trying to get painkillers. And my buddy just points to his shoulder and goes, "Ow, ow." The pharmacist doesn't speak any English, hands my buddy these pills, all in Korean. And my buddy said, "So should we take these pills?" And my other friend and I said, "There's no way we're taking those pills." And he goes, I'm gonna take them and see what happens. And he woke up 6 hours. He couldn't feel the left side of his body.
Oh man, I would for sure thought I'd grow boobs. You can't be too. Look, I'm not advocating drugs here, everybody. In fact, that was the very first time in my life I've ever taken anything, and again, it was a quarter of what it was, and of course that could mean I could have had all of it, but it was just an experience I've wanted to have for a while because I was curious about it, even artistically. But I didn't really think of anything funny per se, as you can much tell by the show that I'm doing right now. Hi from Holland, Lynn Crockett. Yes, hello, Lynn. Thank you for joining us.
Holland!
Yes, Holland, all the way from Holland. Wales here. Oh, beautiful. Yes, yes. Oh, very nice, man. Very. It's excellent. It's so happy. We're very, very happy for all of you guys to join. All the way from SoCal and Holland.
Really excited. Everybody's
Wales.
watching. We got 33 people watching right now.
33 people. Stick around. I'll tell you, I've got some
Tell us where you're from, everybody. Tell us fun facts. Hold on, real quick. You know how I get.
You get.
Listen, everybody watching, share either a fun fact, something that you're embarrassed about and you will publicly admit, or random comment. Let's see what you got. We appreciate your time. Let's have some fun with this. Dylan's been reading. We're going to get to the news, but in the meantime, we'd like to fill it with some of your comments. So, fun fact, embarrassing story, or random. Okay.
This is a fun fact I got here. Did you know that the shortest war in history was 38 minutes? Do you know that? Wow. That's right. And that means that if that was my war, we could have fought twice. You get it? Because no. How many viewers did we lose on that one? Oh, just a lot. Okay.
Cool. Actually, we went up to. We lost 7 when I was encouraging audience participation. So we're good.
We went up and we lost it. I'm sorry. What was that?
Stick to the established structure, Pat.
Yeah. Okay, well, here's the thing. Obviously, so if you don't know, Canada is kind of hit its second wave of COVID, and it's something I really want to go away because, as you know, I perform a lot on cruise ships, and I haven't been able to do that recently because of everything. And it sucks that your country, especially Florida, where cruises travel out of the most, is like the most rebellious against COVID. This one guy in Melbourne, Florida, a bartender, is banning customers from wearing masks and asking them to leave if they do.
Okay.
Can you? I mean, also now he also has it's insane. It's insane that he's banning people from using masks. He also bans condoms if you have herpes. It's really insane.
You know what? What I've learned about herpes is that condoms actually only provides a 1% different chance of transmission. So. Now we've got fun facts from Ray Turner. Fun fact: you lose up to an inch in height through the day. Absolutely correct. You lie down, you got more liquid in the system. You're taller. You get up, you shrink during the day. Gravity, dehydration as well. Another fun fact from Lisa Etheridge. Fun fact: I once fell upstairs. Now she placed the emoji in front of the heart, followed by the shocker. Well, terrific. It's very fun. Thank you for sharing that, Lisa, Ray, and Blair. Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah. That's falling upstairs is I don't believe it. No, I believe you. I do. I believe you. Yes, that's a fun made up fact. But what sucks though is that Florida has over 600 cases in it and over 13,000 deaths. And I really wish that America would send a wake up call to Florida if they weren't, of course, the capital distributor of cocaine already. So that really sucks. But it's interesting. Now, you might ask, well, why is this owner so against wearing masks? It's because one time recently he was robbed by someone who was wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And now since he's banned people from wearing masks, he's now received mixed death threats. A series of people just not going to his restaurant, and tons of bad business reviews online. But at least he hasn't been burglarized. So
yeah, that's great.
Florida owner 1, communist 0. Well done. Yeah. So but that really sucks because I mean I want COVID to go away, and I think some people don't care. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah, no, I
What
don't.
does this say? So I know a storage manager who knew George. He had 6 huge units, 10 by 20. It was organized on shelves. He visited them often to retrieve paperwork on his form sets. What does that
I think that's a reference to George Harrison would be my guess.
George Harrison. George Harrison, Mr. Beetle. Ooh.
Right? Are we correct on that? Let us know. Yeah, well, I tell you what, Florida's governor wants to put through a bill which makes it legal to run over and kill protesters. Well, it wouldn't be surprising if that was true.
I think Florida's trying to eradicate itself before the ocean does. It's going to be a fun
already
race.
half underwater. Just push the other hand.
Yeah, I mean, oh my Lord. Florida is it sucks.
Who is George Harrison? Well, he was a famous author.
Yeah.
I had to go to the storage unit for all the paper.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah, I hope I have an answer. We're at 30 minutes, by the way.
Who do you think is in more denial, O.J. Simpson or Carol Baskin?
Denial about what?
About killing their partner.
Neither.
You don't think I think Carol Baskin right now is on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
She's on and she's been crying on TV lately because the media has made her out to be a villain. It's like, it's just not fair. I understand. What do you mean? You killed your husband.
First of all, wait, the media's making her out. Did she not see the documentary that made her this?
Yeah,
and we missed it. Not George Harrison, George Carlin. Well, that is an interesting fact, right?
Oh, that is amazing. That is very cool. Yeah. Lisa, that sounds like some crazy shit worse than UK. Yeah, it is. Florida is its own world. Florida is insane. Yeah, it's nuts. But I mean, I think she's in denial of killing her husband. There's been never anything from her that would allude to her thinking, yeah, okay, I did it. And that's insane to me. I'm wondering if every single time her tiger farts, she goes, yes, dear. What was that, honey? Did you
like
say something?
when he's inside of the robotic rhino.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. It's insane. She is our generation's O.J. Simpson. Yeah, that line kills me. What line kills you? Is there a line that's murdering people right now? What's going on?
I don't know. Carol Baskin, I need to see Tiger King. Yeah, Lisa, you do.
Yeah, you do. It's but you do and you don't at the same time. It's just it's a documentary that makes fun of carnies. It's what it is. And it
really set the tone for this pandemic.
That's my pitch of that show. We're making fun of carnies. That's what if I was in the room, I'd be like, look, it's a bunch of carnies that breed tigers. One of them killed their husband. Fed him to a tiger.
What I love about this time is we get to see natural selection in process. I bet that Charles Darwin, Chuck D, as I like to call him, it's just got to be like, this is amazing.
Yes, I was right. You say that's very good. That's everything I said. This stupid will not survive. As I sat by George Carlin at the Greek Theater, what is that? FOJR, the Everly Bros concert in 1984, and I asked if he was Buck Henry from SNL. George gave me the raised eyebrow, and then I knew, oops, yeah. Yeah, are you yeah, you're probably in the most legendary comedian of all time. Probably no thing to ask.
One of, absolutely. Who are your top three?
Top three comedians?
Yeah,
my
yours.
top three is, well, number one is Jim Carrey. I gotta go with the best.
Yeah.
And then I like Bill Maher, and then I like Patrice O'Neill. But I think Patrice O'Neill is better than Bill Maher. I think he found a little bit more dynamic before he passed away. But Patrice O'Neill for me was up there. Yeah, I loved him.
I go Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle, and then Dennis Miller.
Wow. That's a big compliment to Dennis Miller, man.
I think Miller's hilarious, man. He's so sharp and so fast, and he's got a unique crowd, right? He's got it, but he knows it. He runs with it. He goes with it. He's just such a sharp guy, and I love that. He's like, if you don't get it, that's your fault. Read more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about not caring about your audience, but you know, like I'm sort of on the I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence.
What are you on the fence about? Why?
Because he's like one of those professors in school that's only talking to 10% of the students. And not everybody can keep up with him, and he doesn't care, and I kind of respect that, but another part of me is just like
honors program then, right?
yeah it's true just adjusting here.
But keep going. Sorry, I interrupted you. Please keep elaborate more.
You know what's amazing to me is like what the criteria for being a star today has changed so remarkably. Like you don't need remember when you needed talent? Remember that little tidbit of thing that one needed to get ahead in show business? Can you imagine if like the Tonight Show, you'd never get on the Tonight Show with Carson without talent. Can you imagine today if Johnny Carson was like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've got quite a lineup today. We're going to be interviewing Paris Hilton, Simon Cowell, and Carol Baskin. It'd just be like, it would just come out and just start staring. Like,
that's good, buddy.
I don't have anything. I got nothing. Carol's like, you guys want to see a tiger? He's got a bit of a belly right now. Just ate my husband.
He's got a belly ache.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carr, Eddie Izzard, and Catherine Ryan,
who's Canadian? Yes, Catherine Ryan is Canadian. Jimmy Carr is from UK land. Yeah, man, it's tough goings. It's
9 minutes remaining.
9 minutes? What?
9 minutes.
Dare you, sir?
We've got so much talent and so little time to share.
Well, I have another fun fact here that I think that
Let
you'll
it rip,
enjoy.
cowboy.
Did you know that roller coasters were invented to distract Americans from sin? True story. You ever get off a roller coaster and go, God, did I forget to go to that orgy? No? Okay. Man, this roller coaster totally distracted me. Man.
I think if we're going to compare a roller coaster to religion, it's kind of like you just go for the ride, but you're stuck. It costs you money. You end up in the same place. You come back just more disheveled than when you left.
More disheveled?
Let's instill the fear of God. It created an addictive fear. Okay.
You know the thing about roller coasters that always bothered me is that I'm scared to go on them, and then I see some 6-year-old having the time of his life. I'm like,
yeah, that's pretty silly.
I'm not a man. Ace Ventura rocks, and you with your impressions, dude. Thank you, Lisa.
Oh, Lisa, thanks for adding this emoji.
Yeah. Oh, she's adding emojis there. Oh,
yeah.
You both have real laughs.
That's correct.
Thank you. Thank you, Lorraine, dear. That's very nice of you to say. Wonderful.
One of our favorite fans.
Cornflakes were invented to prevent masturbation.
Well, it's not the masturbation we're used to because Blair spelled it M-A-S.
Is that master? Yes, that's. Is that the way you spell it?
I thought it was M-A-S-U.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's like I'm the masturbator.
I kind of imagine someone
I say when you do it.
Master bathroom.
Now that I'm watching, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we can put that up because it's not spelled the way the bad spelling.
I gotcha. Have no regrets.
All right, okay. More fun facts.
More fun facts. Check this out. Before toilet paper was invented, Americans used to use corn cobs. True. And now that we're having a toilet paper shortage, we're going back to corn cobs.
I tell you my toilet paper surplus story prior to the COVID.
No.
So there's two things that I have traditionally always stocked up on. One, because I hate going to the grocery store and carrying massive things of toilet paper, and it's the worst feeling because I'd run out of toilet paper many times. So I'll just order in bulk. I'll order 2 24 packs. I got it. I'm set. Well, Amazon, you can set it up so it has, hey, you just subscribe, right? Once a month, you get a 24-pack delivered. I accidentally, at some point along the way, subscribed twice. So I went on and I was getting 48 rolls of toilet paper per month, which is way too much. So I just put it in my closet. And I have these boxes of toilet paper. And then the other thing is soap, right? Antibacterial dial soap, because that's the other thing. You run out of toilet paper. You don't have any soap. I've been there. It's a miserable experience. I never want to have that experience again in my life. I have all this soap, okay? One day, the old missus, I come home from work. She's got it all piled up in the kitchen with a big note. You have a problem. We need to talk. Okay, this was in beginning of January. So then
you'd be okay up Schitt's Creek.
So yeah. COVID, and soap, toilet paper gone. Who's got the jackpot? This guy. The one time I said, well, okay, it's a story that's just a story with no punchline, or it's too long, Pat. Stop telling these stories for so long.
Where do I go?
Man, bidet all the way, says Blair Woods. 100% agree. I love a good bidet. It feels good. And it's so clean and tidy.
I think bidet is too clean a word for what it is.
Yeah, fair. Kind of like French. Kind of like
I was
French.
talking about chocolate.
A word for what they are. Okay, yes. That's a very. Just kidding. Yes. I love the French.
I would stock up on chocolate and wine and toilet paper. You know what? I think you could add that to a dating profile. Honestly, yeah. I think that's
stock it up. Stock it up. 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Let's. How about this fun fact? Manhattan ants are an ant species unique to New York City.
Oh.
That's right. New York City has its own ants. Like, hey, I'm walking over here. Jesus Christ, a difficult situation. No? Okay. I threw in a little Jersey after that. But anyway, if we're, you know what? This has been great. Honestly, I think we've had some new people here, right?
We've had some new fans. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I mean, Lisa and Lorraine, terrific. You have been wonderful participants. Ray and Blair, as always, classic. Huge anus. Keep them coming. We've got now we have 3 minutes.
Well, 3 minutes. I mean, let's. I'm out. I'm out
You're
of bullets. I'm out of bullets.
What's on tap this weekend, buddy?
On tap for this weekend is more golf. I'm going to be watching football and laying in some bets. Good fellas, yes.
On the bets.
Well, you know what? On my app, and I find this can be universally interesting, but if you basically bet 14 football games and you bet the spread for like $1, it pays thousands. You're literally creating
parlay.
You're creating the most fun lottery, right? Because if you bet numbers, right? If you bet some Powerball, it's not fun to watch. It's just numbers are being pulled, and that's the end of it. But if you have like $25,000 for your $1, and you get to watch football all day, it's a lot of fun.
Agreed.
Yeah. So now that we know that I have a gambling addiction and now I've got a weed gummy addiction, this is a slippery slope, man. I'm starting to get worried about myself.
I tell you, that's a great way. You get that edible and watch some football. That's a good time.
It's a good time.
I might do that actually on Sunday. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Well, we'll have a powwow. We'll talk about strategy and betting and stuff like that. Let's get rich. I have money. I accepted an e-transfer earlier. I would like to thank everyone again for tuning in this week. Pat and I, we will be back here next Thursday, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. UK time, and 4 o'clock Mountain Time. And if you guys want to follow Pat Truer, go to Real Funny Pat. And if you want to follow me, I'm at Dylan Comic, DYLANCOMIC. And yes, it is right there at the bottom, Instagram and TikTok, also Facebook and Twitter. And you guys were great. Thank you so much for keeping with us. We do hope to see you next week. And have a safe and wonderful week, you guys.
Absolutely. Reiterate everything he just said. Thanks, everybody. Blair, Lisa, Lorraine, Ray, buddy, Dylan, I'm so grateful you asked me to be on this show. Thank you. And, of course, our producer, Mr. Kane, the eye in the sky, the HAL 2001, for running a good site with good content, which usually happens before we come on. So.
Thanks for joining us in our commercial.
Promote Joke Pit. They're doing a great job, everybody. And man, I feel great about this episode. Real happy. Really grateful for the audience participation today.
Yes, me too. Thank you, guys. Hopefully, again, we'll see you next week. Have a safe one.
Fantastic. Here we go.